Was this guy trying to show you how to beat Dark Souls in 20 minutes? Listen, I can teach you how to do that, but I'm not gonna cap. You probably won't be able to, but you can definitely get under 30, which is still a great achievement in my book. Also, you have to remember, Elden Ring is right around the corner, and the new Dark Souls mod is even right arounder the corner. Which, by the way, is making it out to be the best Dark Souls mod yet. And if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And it's coming out late December, which gives you enough time to prepare and beat Dark Souls Remastered in under 20 minutes. Well, realistically, under 30 minutes. I say this because the world record is just under 20 minutes, and that's by about 18 seconds. So it is possible, but you have to pretty much make no mistakes. And most of us can't do that, and don't want to put in the time to do so. But I am confident you can get under 30 minutes, with some practice. And that's what I'm about to teach you. Let's get right into it. Wahoo! First, you should know that I'm playing on the PC version, and I'm using a controller for the whole run, and I use the mouse for one specific glitch. You'll always want to start off as a thief with black fire bombs. We use the fire bombs to clap the Asylum demon's cheeks faster than you can say. There's one thing that top speedrunners do throughout the entire run that I want to mention right now. It helps you move throughout the map a little bit faster. I'm not sure exactly how much time it saves you, but it's required to get a sub 20. It involves weapon toggling right before the start of sprinting so that you can get to maximum speed faster. So if you're not planning on beating it in 20 minutes, it's probably not worth the arthritis. Once you get to this ladder, make sure to take off all your clothes.
Go back, I want to be monkey!
Run towards this brick right here and angle your camera towards the top right of the door. Then go 1 boom, 2 boom, 3 boom.
Ooga booga 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 booga!
Then finish him off with a boom boom.
Ooh.
This is what happens when you throw your booms too late. Bonk. Bonk. Ooh!
I'm joking! Stop! 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 Stop the brake! Stop! Stop! Stop!
Instead of having the ball roll down, you can quit out at this wall, and when you come back in, the wall will break. As soon as he gives you the keys, dark sign out, and they should put you at the bonfire next to the door. Sometimes the dark sign would take me back to where you first load into the game, and I couldn't figure out why. If this keeps happening to you on new characters, just take the stairs down. Make sure you get the soul that's tucked away over here. As soon as we get to Firelink, we need to perform a menu glitch to get some souls. Hover over the brightness option, and then press A, and then right after, press RB. Here's what it looks like to mess up a few times. This is what it should look like. Once you're here, go up on the D-pad until you're on the soul. The goal is to be hovering over the brightness and the soul at the same time. I usually fix this by pressing right on the D-pad and then left on the D-pad to reset it, and then hovering over the soul again. If you can't seem to get it, you can always change the order of the soul and put it at the top of the menu. That way you'll be put right into this step. Now you want to pay attention to the overlapping letters at the top left. Press A so that it brings up the menu to use the soul. You won't be able to see it, but the text at the top left will change. From here, you're going to try to press down on the D-pad and right on the D-pad at the exact same time. You'll know you've done it correctly if you can read the Use Selected Item, and you're hovered over the OK. The last thing you need to do is press right on the D-pad to hover over defaults, press A, and then down on the D-pad to select 99. If you ever get the 99 prompt and then mess it up, you won't be able to get it back again. You'll just have to quit out of the game and come back in. We could get the 99 prompt back without doing a quit out, but we can't do that in this part of the game. Now we need to go talk to Armin. Make sure to ask if he likes his toast burnt and his cookies.
You damned fool! Enough of you! Feel the wrath of the gods!
Damn, Armin, you hit like a barbecue chicken. maybe don't say that. Instead, buy 2 spells, Homeward and Force, and then both talismans. For a small time save, you can Dark Shine right after talking to Armin. It also makes this gem more consistent, but if you don't hit it within the first or second try, you're definitely losing time. So if you're struggling to make it, just take the stairs down. As you're going down the elevator, just do the same glitch we did on the soul, but on the humanity this time. The more humanity you have, you'll have a higher chance of getting the Black Knight Halberd. Throughout this video, just in case anybody is unfamiliar with some of these routes, I'm going to show them, but in fast speed. Once you get to the sleepy boy, you're going to want to pick up the soul that's by his hand in the back. This ride can be a bit tricky, but you just have to snap his ankles. Also, it's probably better to start from the right and then go left so you avoid this tail shenanigans. Instead of riding the elevator, we're going to pull a little quit out tactic by quitting out as soon as you fall off the ledge. Once you're back in, do the brightness glitch, but on the soul we got from the dragon this time. Now level up and make sure your numbers match these. Now you have to equip the 2 spells here. You can't do it at the next bonfire because we need our checkpoint here for the next glitch. Run down to the shield and then do a quit out right away to reset the Halberd boy. While watching the world record, I noticed that the best outcome is for him to do a lunge attack while running near the edge. This will send him off. It might not always happen like this, so you might just have to end up playing Ring Around the Rosie with him and then backstabbing him off. Now we pray that he gives us the drop. Oh no, we have to restart. Don't mind me, just gonna... Aha, there it is. Don't tell FromSoft. Don't be a doofus like me and please equip your Grass Crest Shield. For this crystal you're gonna have to punch it and then throw a bomb at it, since a bomb leaves it at 1 HP. Now it's time for another glitch, which we will use to get more Twinkling Titanite to upgrade our weapon. Go to the purchase item menu and then go to the arrow. Then, while hovered over the standard arrow, put your mouse cursor over the left arrow on the menu. And then, left click and press A at the exact same time. And you should get a prompt like this while hovered over the longsword. Purchase 9 of these, and then try to purchase a longsword again, but do not purchase it, just cancel it. So I lied, we're gonna have to do the brightness glitch again, but on the Twinkling Titanite. Except this time instead of getting 99, we have to get -8. This will spawn 8 more Twinkling Titanite in your inventory. Now just go upgrade the Halberd to +5. Now it's time for probably the hardest glitch in the run. And you're not going to have to do it just once, but twice. The first one will be right now, and the second one will be towards the end. I'll try my best to explain this glitch, but if you need another resource, I'll link it in the description. Start by having talismans equipped in both hands. Then you need to attempt by getting on this ledge by jumping somewhere near the top of the staircase, and then doing a plunging attack. You can have either the camera facing down towards you or up while you're going up the staircase. It's up to you, whichever one becomes more comfortable. It can be a bit tricky to get on here, so don't give up. Once you're on here, walk a little bit forward till you're pretty close to the edge of it. Then, turn your camera about 45 degrees to the left. From here, try to line up your right foot with the outer edge of the railing. Now the hardest and most inconsistent part is right here, because you have to do these inputs within one frame of each other. You start off by using the force spell in your left hand, swapping spells, and then using the homeward spell in your right hand. If done correctly, you'll get a golden glow in your hands and you'll fall off the edge. The last step is to walk towards the bonfire and then rest at it as the loading screen pops up. This will teleport you back to New Londo Ruins. This glitch is called a wrong warp, and this version uses the homeward spell. The timing is extremely tricky. Because you need to be frame perfect, you're going to mess up a lot. It probably took me around 50 tries to get it for my first time. I was actually starting to think that they patched it out of the game. Then, after a few more successful attempts, I became a little bit more consistent with it. You can practice at this bonfire where we first equipped our spells. You can check the link in the description for a more in-depth guide. After successfully doing the wrong warp, we need to run to Blighttown. I'm going to show you two different ways to get through Blighttown. One of them is a lot harder than the other, but it saves you some time. Both of them will be using a mechanic called fat rolling. You need to equip your Black Knight Halberd alongside your Grass Crest Shield so that you have a heavy equipment load. I'll show you the easier way first, and that'll be done by lining yourself up somewhere in this general area. You'll need to roll forward 3 times, and then for the 4th roll, you're going to roll backwards, like this. My tip is just to keep spamming roll until you've reached the bottom. Then just take the Ferris wheel down all the way to the bottom. Now it's time for the harder method, which the world record runner uses. As you can see, it involves rolling off at a different spot, as well as using different rolling directions, and then quitting out extremely fast at the bottom. Now I've tried this many times and I can't seem to get it. I even managed to quit out as I died. I feel like I'm really close to doing it, but I'm just going to stick to my easier method. If you've gotten this far, then the rest really comes down to your boss fighting skills, and the last wrong warp you'll have to do. For Quelaag, she'll have 2 different openings. The first one I'll show here, and that's when she jumps over your head. You can just keep running past her if she does this. The goal was to get 2 free hits and then the rest would be stagger hits. But I ended up getting 4 free hits and then a stagger hit and then 1 last hit to finish it off. You can get stagger hits by positioning yourself a certain distance away from her, and then you can chain these for a free kill. I'll show you the other opening with the world record holder, and you'll also be able to see how he does his stagger hits. Sometimes it's okay to mess up the first stagger hit, like I did here. You'll be able to recover from it. The key with the stagger hits is that after you hit one, just back up a little bit to hit the next one. After Quelaag, take off your halberd and then run towards the bell. We can get a juicy 1-second save here by dark shining right after you pull a lever. Now we just have to run to the Gargoyles. For this night guy, sometimes you get blocked trying to run past him like this, and there's a good chance he'll stab you in the ass. Notice the world record runner likes to parry him on the way up, and if you can do that consistently, go for it. Also, running past these guys can be a bit tricky. Sometimes you get jumped from the left, and sometimes this guy will block the pathway there. If you feel like he might block you, just give him a backhand. You should also take off your shield for the fast roll. You shouldn't die to the Gargoyles because these guys are as... Now we just have to ring the bell and then do the dark sign technique again. From here we just have to run through Sens Fortress until we get to the Iron Golem. There's like 1 or 2 things I'll note along the way. At this part, as you're running up the stairs, you're going to have to do a quit out to avoid getting steamrolled. You're going to have to politely move this snake by giving her a backhand. Take your shield off for the Iron Golem fight. In this run, I messed up a few times. As I approached the middle, I should have let my stamina fully recharged. And then before my first heavy attack, I should have also let my stamina fully recharge. To do this fight a little bit faster, I'll show the world record run. Instead of doing 2 heavy attacks, he lets his stamina fully recharge and then do a heavy attack into a combination light attack. Now we're gonna have to do a full run through Anor Londo, and I'll note a few things along the way, like I did in Sens Fortress. For sub 30 runs, you could always take safety bonfires if you're not confident in the next few steps. The first safety bonfire is right here on the left. If you want a decent time save, you can do another fat roll here. I do 4 front rolls, and then as the 4th roll brings you down, you do a quit out. For lining it up, I use this crack in the ground right here. Once you come back in, you should be on this ledge right here, and you can just simply do 3 front rolls towards the bottom, and then take off your halberd. These lightning boys can be a bit scary. Just make sure to roll past them if they lunge at you, unlike me. And then as you're running away from them, they can shoot lightning at you, so be careful. Same deal with these guys down here. Keep running fast enough so you can't get hit by these arrows. I equipped my halberd earlier than the world record runner, but if you're quick enough, you can roll into him, equip the halberd, and then kill him. Or sometimes he just... yeah. The last safety fire on Anor Londo is right here on the left, and if you're not confident with Ornstein and Smo, you should take this. It's time for one of the easiest skips in the game, and all I have to do is find the area right here and just jump over the railing. Ornstein can open up a few different ways in this fight, and there's one certain one that's always the best outcome, which the world record run had, and I'll show it here. Note that Ornstein staggers on 2 hits, so you can usually go for the kill after that, unless Smo is about to pound you. If you're on a really good run, and Ornstein gives you a bad opening, or if you get into a bad situation, you can always quit out, because if you die here, your run's over, unless you took that last safety bonfire. Another tip is to always play around the pillars. This will help you play around Smo. Again, if you're on a really good run, I recommend to take Smo a little bit slowly. That's because he can usually just one-shot you. Smo staggers in 3 hits, and they have to be sort of consecutively. If they're too spread out, he won't get staggered. I'll show you the aggression towards Smo from the world record runner. This attack can be easily avoided like this. Once you get to the door, you should do a quit out while opening it, and once you get back in, put your camera somewhere around here and then throw a black firebomb. If you dark sign out too early, you won't get the Lord Vessel and the whole run is ruined. So just play it safe and dark sign out after you get the Lord Vessel. Or if you took any safety bonfires in Anor Londo, use the bonfire right behind you to warp back straight to Firelink Shrine. If you did dark sign back to Undead Parish, just warp to Firelink Shrine. Then go to where you would place the Lord Vessel and warp back to Undead Parish. It's important that once you rest at this Lord Vessel, do not rest at the Unperished Bonfire. The wrong warp won't work correctly if the Lord Vessel is not your checkpoint. Now just do the exact same wrong warp you learned earlier, except this time it's going to teleport you to the kiln of the First Flame. I recommend staying close to these Black Knights and trying to roll through them. With their attacks, it's more likely you'll get caught lacking if you're farther away. For this Black Knight on the bridge, you can usually just run right past him, but one time I got caught with a sweep attack, so to be safe, just always roll through his attack. If you're not familiar with Gwyn's parry timings, I'm going to leave an in-depth guide in the description for that. But I will show you how to approach this fight every time, for consistency. Gwyn only has two openings, he either plins or he plons. After you parry his plin or his plon, you're always going to do this. Try to lock on as he falls off your weapon, two-hand the halberd as you back up a little bit and then do a heavy attack. It might look like you're going to miss him, but you will hit him and end up a little bit past him. Then immediately follow up the heavy attack with a light attack. This will stagger him and give you time to recharge your stamina. You then need to one-hand your halberd to get ready for the next parry. Always follow him and stay close to him. You become more confident in this fight once you realize everything he can do. And when you're close to him, there's only 4 different attacks he can do. Number 1 is a kick. Your best option is to roll into it. Second is a fast attack. You always want to block the first one and then parry the next attack. Third attack is a slow swing, which you'll always parry. Last one is a grab, which you should easily be able to roll through. If you're ever caught by it, you have enough time to quit out, which will reset the fight. If he ever jumps away, just close the gap and remember the 4 attacks he can do. After a parry, you want to lock on, two-hand the halberd, walk behind him, and hit him once. Then you'll be ready for the 4 attacks he can do. Now I just want to quickly go over the common things that can happen in this fight. If he fast attacks you and you don't have enough stamina, it's going to be bad news. Always try to keep your shield down until you recharge to about 3 bars. If you block this fast attack, he always does the same swing after this attack, which we will always parry. If you're holding your shield up in preparation for a fast attack, and he tries to kick your shield and you don't roll in time, I found the best thing to do is to immediately roll afterwards, and then get ready to parry his next attack. He doesn't always immediately follow up his attack, so watch out for that. So if you execute everything I showed you perfectly, or at least mostly perfect, you'll get a sub 20, but it's just extremely unrealistic for 99.99% of us. If you're new to speedrunning, try getting a sub 1 hour first, then slowly work your way down to 50, 40, and then eventually 30. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. This is my first real video where I'm talking like this. I feel like half the time making this video was spent re-recording lines because I wasn't sure how to talk, and I didn't like the way I sounded. And I'm still probably not that entertaining to listen to, especially in this video because I feel like I was explaining things very monotonely. I don't plan to make videos where I talk a lot like this, but we'll see. Also, I recorded this on a headset microphone, so if the quality was bad, I'm sorry for that. I'm definitely going to be playing the new Dark Souls mod and Elden Ring, so maybe I'll make some videos about that. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking to a crowd like this. I'll see you in the next one, and adios.